Hello, I'm Kamali, taking you through some of the things people are talking about and some of the stuff they're sharing around the world on NewsFeed today. A place in the occupied territory are some travel sites committing war crimes. Liam Neeson tells a journalist a story of racism and the internet calls for him to be cancelled. Where's the world's most Instagrammable country? We'll tell you.
I'm not sure what I need is some cookies to get some. She's real not Monopoly.
Girl Scout drops bars to sell cookies. The video bangs. And a baby rhino is one of our animals doing stuff. What's not to love? Now, top of our newsfeed, travel sites committing war crimes. That's the explosive accusation from Amnesty International. They're looking at how the pages we use all the time, like Airbnb or Booking.com, are profiting from listing property in the occupied territory of Palestine.
Traveling today means reading the reviews before booking a hotel or tour for your foreign holiday. But are you getting the full picture from travel sites? Amnesty International says online tourism companies aren't being honest about Israel. The human rights group says Airbnb, Booking.com, TripAdvisor and others are profiting from war crimes from listings in illegal Israeli settlements. Around 4 million tourists traveled to Israel last year. 45% of them visited the West Bank and East Jerusalem. About 3 million Palestinians currently live there, along with 600,000 Israelis in settlements illegal under international law.
Have the experience of a lifetime. Enjoy beautiful vistas.
Amnesty says the tourism websites help Israel market the settlements as legitimate. Airbnb, Booking.com, Expedia and TripAdvisor all list accommodation near Palestinian villages slated for demolition. They also say Israel is building accommodation near important archaeological sites to link the modern state of Israel to ancient Jewish history, while downplaying the significance of non-Jewish periods at the same historic sites. Airbnb announced it would remove approximately 200 home rental listings in the occupied West Bank last November. However, Amnesty's report found that Airbnb's promise didn't include 100 listings in settlements in East Jerusalem. It also said that as of January, Airbnb was still listing the properties it had pledged to remove. The report also found TripAdvisor handles reservations and charges a commission fee for bookings at a 2-hour shooting experience at Caliber 3, a self-styled counter-terrorism training center run by former members of the Israeli army.
Israel is known to have some of the most well-trained counter-terror experts in the world. Today we're going to develop our self-defense skills and be put to the test.
That's in the illegal settlement of Gush Etzion near Hebron in the southern West Bank.
Okay, let's take a look at some of the other things that have caught our eye on social media. Now, a certain set of skills will really be needed now. Liam Neeson said in an interview that many years ago, after he heard his friend had been raped, he asked if his friend knew who the person was. He then asked what colour the person was, and when he found out the person was black, he wandered the streets for a week, hoping he would get into an altercation with a black man so he could kill him. He said the fact he thought like that was horrid and he had learned a lesson. He has been dragged on social media where people are calling him a racist. He told the anecdote while talking about anger and violence and how it's primal for humans. He also has a new film to promote. Ex-politicians in the Democratic Republic of Congo will be given a monthly stipend when they leave office. The move comes after a prime ministerial decree was signed by the outgoing PM. The politicians will get at least $2,000 a month when they stop working. It's so they don't fall into destitution, according to the reporting. Now, the DRC is 176 out of 187 countries on the UN Human Development List, and 64% of the population live in extreme poverty. The ex-politicians will also get one business-class flight per year. People in one Australian town have been told to be even more vigilant about snakes and crocodiles after some really bad flooding in a place called Townsville. The reptiles have been spotted in residential areas and on trees, as you just saw. And the biggest band in the world will appear at the world's biggest music awards. The Bangtan Boys, BTS to their friends, are reportedly going to be giving out an award. They are up for one award themselves, not for their music, but rather for the artwork for their amazingly named album, Love Yourself, Tear. Good luck, boys. Now, women in Nepal are dying by taking part in archaic traditions. Take a look at this.
If we don't follow Chapati, bad things will happen. And if we do, the gods will favor us. I feel it does good, so I follow it during my periods.
विभिन्न किसिमका रोगहरू आउँछन् अनि यस्तो आङ शरीरमा अनि स्याउलाहरू टाँसिन्छन् अनि रातिमा अनि यस्तो केटाहरू आउँछन्
South Korea has been called the plastic surgery capital of the world. For some reason, Koreans are obsessed with a beauty standard presented to them through film, television, music, and advertising, a beauty standard that is often unreal. Thankfully, though, some Koreans are working to change that.
K-pop is taking over the world, from BTS to Blackpink to Girls' Generation. But there's another export straight out of Seoul setting social media alight: South Korean beauty products. But the popularity of these cosmetics has led women feeling some serious pressure to look a certain way. For years, Park Yi-sol pursued her dream of becoming a fashion model, trying to conform to the South Korean ideal of beauty.
I used to think that my fat body wasn't the real me, and that living in such a body wasn't my real life. I kept denying myself. I believed that my life would only become happy after I lost weight. But because of that belief, I continued extreme diets, which brought me an eating disorder. In the course of recovering from it, I've come to think that I look good enough just the way I am.
Park now calls herself a natural-sized model, a term nearly unheard of in South Korea. She even staged this non-discriminatory fashion show in Seoul, where models of various heights and weights strutted across the stage. As women in South Korea that weigh over 50 kilos is considered chubby, regardless of height.
Time is money, and it is a valuable asset that can be spent to improve your skills or ability. But women are forced to spend that time on makeup. It's discriminatory.
Her brand of body positivity is being supported by a growing movement of South Korean women, intent on rebelling against restrictive expectations and reclaiming the bare-faced look. The movement was started by Cha Ji-won last year and is called Escape the Corset.
I hope that by letting other women know that there's someone like me, I could remind them that they don't have to care too much about how they look and spend so much money and time on their appearance.
Women are resisting everything they think has become too much, from makeup choices to clothes, skin creams to hair care, and it's still going strong. South Korea has earned the title of plastic surgery capital of the world, and 1/3 of South Korean women aged between 19 and 29 say they've had plastic surgery. So is this the beginning of a new norm in a country that's so obsessed with beauty?
All right, let's spin around the world now for some other stories you need to know this Tuesday. Facial recognition software from Amazon has been found to be bad at recognizing women of color and good at recognizing men of little color. That's according to research from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. They found the software, called Recognition, had an error rate of 31% when trying to identify women with dark skin. They found it to be 100% accurate when identifying light-skinned men. Now, the MIT study has itself been criticized for not using the latest version of the software and for conflating the software's facial analysis component with its facial recognition one. The death of a cryptocurrency millionaire may mean investors never get their money back. $190 million is locked in a fund called Quadriga CX after the founder, a guy called Gerald Cotton, died last year. The money is being held in encrypted cold storage and is unavailable, according to court filings. The US state of Hawaii wants to increase the minimum age people can legally buy cigarettes to 100. They've written a new bill that says that the cigarette is considered the deadliest artifact in human history. Deadliest. They want the new age restriction to be in place by 2024. Now, tobacco use kills more than 7 million people globally each year and is one of the world's biggest public health threats, according to the World Health Organization. This German town has no names on its streets and has voted to keep it that way again. Hilgermissen has just over 2,000 residents and they've decided they don't want their streets to have names, despite the local council saying they should. And remember this moment. It was when the artist Banksy made fools of the art world by getting them to buy a picture he designed to be shredded. Well, the museum who bought the piece say they have disconnected the shredding device that Banksy built in, which seems a bit to me like repainting the Mona Lisa to give her a bigger grin. Now, the Girl Scouts of America traditionally sell cookies in their neighborhoods to raise money for their troop. Well, one 10-year-old from California wrote some rhymes to get sales going, and the video of her raps has gone viral. #BlackGirlMagic.
Look, my trip was so bad, the these are real. Black girl magic, you know the deal. Community serve, leadership skills. CSC, the Woodland Hills. Been in this game since 2014. Selling them cookies is my thing. 5 and mints or even s'mores. Please open up when I knock on your door. Woo! Dippins are the best. Savannah smells delish. Juicy doughs of chocolate bliss. Tag along the vine. Fantastic blows my mind. Hey, that really rhymes. On my shirt, really need is selling cookies to get some. Please real, not Monopoly. I got girls in my troop. Cookies to the roof. I got girls in my troop. Cookies to the roof.
Cookies to the roof. Now, the rundown of the top places to take Instagram snaps has been revealed, and the winner is as obvious as it is annoying. Spoiler alert, it's not France. That went to Australia. Let's take a look at the rest. And the last thing today in our Animals Doing Stuff for Tuesday, NewsFeed presents to you your favourite new Instagram account. Now, this video is from the DSWT. It's the David Sheldrick Wildlife Trust, based out of Kenya. And that little rhino you can see there running around is called Marifa. It's an orphaned white rhino. Now, the social team at DSWT know exactly what they're doing, as the followers of this account get daily doses of cuteness, like this one, the baby elephant. It's all to try and get people to sponsor the animals so they can be effectively cared for, and it is, of course, well worth a follow. And that is all from the NewsFeed team. Reach out to me with your questions, comments, complaints and suggestions. I'm at Kamali Melbourne. You'll find us 24/7 on Twitter and YouTube. You can follow me on Instagram, follow, subscribe and add. See you again tomorrow.